Downtown does many things, but in particular we influence by engaging with decision makers such as elected mayors, cabinet members, local authority chief executives. We connect businesses with one another through a very eclectic and I think exciting events programme, and we offer our members a great communications platform through the bulletins that we produce and wonderful online publications such as DQ, Downtown Quarterly. I can't think of anyone who'd be better than me, if I'm honest, in terms of Prime Minister. I will probably have Victoria Brown as my Chancellor because she's much better with money than I am, and she's a member, of course. Dave Blackman as the Home Secretary because I don't think anybody would mess with Tank. And in terms of Foreign Secretary, Derek Hatton, because, you know, if we ever want to fall out with people, Derek's the man to do it for them. Guinness, black and white. Tony Blair, obviously former Prime Minister, loved or loathed, depending on what your politics are and what your reflections of his government are. I would also have Gordon Brown along because I think it'd be interesting to see what those two were like around a dinner table together. So Howard Bernstein, just because he's entertaining, funny, and he's by far the best local authority chief executive that we've seen operate, I would say, in the UK. Anisha Katona, because not only is she fantastic company, very articulate, would certainly add some fun to that group of people, but she could help me in the kitchen with the food because she's fantastic chef as well as being great company. Several, obviously, you would expect that from 15 years. So I think that one of the best events that we've ever done was with Michael Heseltine when the Tories and Liberal Democrats returned to government in 2010. Lord Heseltine visited Liverpool and we had the pleasure of interviewing him back then. The campaign to get an elected mayor for the city, which we started in 2003, you know, actually winning that argument. That was a big highlight for us, I think, as an organisation. And then last year being invited to organise the Transport Summit for the whole of the Northern Powerhouse in Leeds, where we had Andy Burnham, we had Steve Rotherham, we had probably every leader from every local authority from all the big cities within that Northern Powerhouse geography. That was a real highlight. And then on a personal note, a particular sexy networking event where I met somebody from High Performance Consultancy, and that's turned out to be a pretty good relationship moving forward. So the first big event that Downtown did was at a place that sadly isn't around anymore, called Baby Cream on the dock. And we had a photographer who was going around taking snaps all night, and there was one particular photograph that he took of a woman and a guy who worked for us at the time. And when the photographs were produced, somebody looked at the photo of these two and said, "God, that looks dead sexy." And somebody else in the office said, "Sexy networking." And I said we should use that as the badge for the next event that we do, and it just stuck. It was as simple as that. We went from a downtown event on a bit of a bender with Eddie Reid and a couple of guys, and Eddie had an apartment in town at the time, so we ended up basically drinking all night in his apartment. It got to about 6 o'clock in the morning and we obviously were a bit peckish, and we put a telephone call into Eddie's son Tony to say just go and get us a bacon butty from the Dock Road and bring it to the flat, to which Tony's response was pretty short and the second word was off. So from Eddie's apartment you could see the Radio City Tower, and I had this brainwave of phoning Kev Seed and just saying to Kev, can you put out on air, Tony Reid, please go and get breakfast for your dad and Frank McKenna. And Kev Seed did that, and about half an hour later Tony turns up with the bacon butty.